Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Cancer, September 20th, 2022. The moon spends the day in your intimacy sector, and you more readily connect with your deeper needs and feelings. You crave time to process and understand what's happening within and in the world around you. With today's Mars-Chiron transit, you're rather fearless when it comes to accepting and confronting deeper feelings now, and you're ready to dive in and take care of problems. Healing energy is with you, particularly for private, personal matters. Aim to use this positive blast of energy to sort out something tricky. It can be a good time for physical therapy of some sort, even on an informal level. Providing a service or volunteering your help can figure strongly. This can also be a great time for getting back into the swing of things with your work or wellness routines. Today and tomorrow are ones of pure intensity, just how you like it. As the mighty sun in your solar 11th house of friendships, communities, and online dating reaches out to powerhouse Pluto, you are likely to have a profound conversation with someone in your network who opens your eyes to a whole new perspective or world. Your ideas will start to flower like fields after the rain. Dig deep into your motivations and desires and open a dialogue about them, as you'll end up beginning a conversation that perhaps never ends. This will inspire and invigorate you. Should you do something with your analytical powers? You are a highly psychological person who notices everything about your shared assets, debts, investments, and intimate working relationships. But it might be time to do something with the intel you have gathered or move on during the last quarter moon in Gemini. Since Mars in Gemini sextiles Chiron retrograde in Aries, you may need to act during this lunation so that you can have a calmer work life. Making a decision can help you release any tension or stress when you are at work. The moon's final hours in your financial sector are an important point in any month for trusting your financial instincts without overthinking things. With your subconscious able to download information faster than you can process it at the time, the more you can trust your gut but unpack what it means later the better. Even more so as the moon separates from its first alignment with Mars since the warrior planet's return here last month. Today's energy gives you the power to see through the many ways you may try to hide the truth from yourself at times. You are especially receptive and able to understand that there are no cutting corners under this transit. Physically, you may suffer from lack of exercise or overeating. Emotionally speaking, you would do well to communicate what you are feeling to your loved ones in more ways than one, so that you can be sure they get your point. Today, it's going to be a question of union, a partnership, or meeting a new person. However, it is futile to want to change the way things happen because what must happen will happen, no matter what. In addition, you are on the point of signing a big contract or making an investment, so you need to be as lucid as possible so that you don't make any mistakes. Why not isolate yourself for a few hours to take stock and weigh the pros and cons? Life is rich in the unexpected, and at the most unexpected moment you may meet someone who upsets your plans a bit. The moon might make a late return to an adventurous part of your chart today. This brings both a chance and a call to embrace the weekend spirit no matter how much of it remains. In a case of perfect timing, the moon not only returns during Mercury's last weekend in a fun, playful, romantic and creatively charged part of your chart but will move almost straight into a friendly aspect. With Mercury in retrograde motion, this includes an opportunity for a do-over or to make up for lost time. While the sun is putting some pressure on dreamy Neptune in your romantic sector, the moon's return to an adventurous part of your chart today can turn that into motivation but also a sense of resolve. It is where the sun is challenging old dreams that the spirit of romance and adventure can fuel the resolve to rise to that challenge. Our eyes in the sky. The moon went void of course in Gemini yesterday, but it enters Cancer early this morning, and you're probably ready to tackle your goals. And there is a lot you can do to solidify your plans. The sun in detail-oriented Virgo means you have a ton of determination to keep moving despite any outside interference. All else will begin to make more sense once you let the earthy energy drive you toward commitment. Try not to hold yourself back today, even if there are pangs of guilt tapping at your aura. The overall feeling makes you aware of the collective struggle, and you might be all up in your feels for the world right now. Remember that the work you are here to do is enough and why you're being given this chance right now. The message of today's link between Mercury and Jupiter is to be patient with yourself and others. Remember that life is a marathon, not a sprint. Write that down and look at it when things get confusing or you begin to doubt yourself. Those who put in the time and long hours will be rewarded down the road. This is the time to take a chance on yourself and trust your instincts. After midnight, the moon enters Cancer and ends its void of course, which began yesterday afternoon. Over the next 2 days, expect emotions to fluctuate in line with the lunar tides. Under the Cancer moon, we seek somatic methods for self-soothing. What rituals do you engage with when you feel out of sorts? Who do you turn to when in a crisis? Do you have a literal security blanket? Commit to being present with your emotions and delineating what practices help you to feel safe and secure. Mid-afternoon, retrograde Mercury in Libra opposes Jupiter in Aries, its second of 3 passes. The first opposition occurred on September 2nd. Think back to this day to make personal connections. This idealistic influence causes us to lose sight of important details as we get caught up in the excitement of a big-picture plan. With Mercury in retrograde motion, we are especially liable to overextending ourselves, signing hurried contracts, or setting up travel plans or classes with little to no consideration of the long-term repercussions. Hasty choices can be regretted later, although if we have delayed an election and it is still on our minds mid-month, it's a good sign that at least our interest is legitimate and not a passing fad. Use today to review the fine print. Ask those who have gone through similar experiences for advice. It can't hurt to get more information before taking a plunge. Mercury direct and Jupiter will make their final opposition on October 12th, completing this narrative arc.